Hey, y'all. I hope you've had a good day. Uh, so much going on in this world: shootings, missing children, mental illness seems to be rampant. It's just a lot. It's troubling. There was a little funeral for the little boy that was found in the suitcase. Still no identification made on him. I just wish we could find out who he was, who he is. It's really sad. I mean, I'm really glad that he was laid to rest, but man, don't you want to know who he is? More about his little life? I do. I think about him a lot, just like I do Summer. And of course, now I haven't heard this. I just really wasn't on the internet much the last day and a half, but I heard that Ernie Shell had been up for like 13 days and had some kind of an emotional break. I heard that his toxicology, I guess, his didn't have drugs in his system, but definitely something is going on. So I don't know. I guess I'll when I hear something, or if y'all know something, let me know. Just the mental health issue that's out there right now. Candace allegedly texting people saying that she doesn't want to live anymore, and um, in some of her last videos that she was on the internet, she didn't look well emotionally. um, you know then you got Jose. I mean, I still don't know if it was by his own hands, but just so much mental health issues. And it just seems like people just don't have any compassion for anyone anymore. Seems like. I don't know. Um, but how about that Johnny Depp Amber Heard verdict? I'm I personally think she probably instigated an awful lot. Um, so I think the verdict was fair. What she's got to be paid, he's got to pay her $2 million, and he was awarded, what was it, 15 altogether? So she's still going to end up owing him $13 million. Yikes! Can't even imagine. But they probably have that kind of money, you know, not like the rest of us struggling in the world. But um, so a lot going on with the Jody Sue thing. And I think she's truly suffering with some kind of a mental illness myself. That's my opinion. Now, whether that's true or not, I mean, I don't know if she's gone to the doctors, but um, I don't know. But she definitely has some things going on. I heard that, and I didn't hear this personally, but she evidently said in one of her videos that she knew how to make suicide pills and things like that. And I'm like, what? So she's like making pills now, or knew or did make pills. So is she able to make other types of drugs? Just first thing comes to my mind. Is that why she was so uh, adamant about her property not being checked right away? I know that eventually it was, but was there things that she was trying to hide or get rid of? I don't know. I mean, they allegedly ran drugs between Tennessee and West Virginia and Washington. So Andy Bernard has been talking to, I had put a link to CSI Piper's channel, and Scott H has thoughts, Shay's Safe Place, and Squall Tits was on that panel, and I'm going to put all of their links to their channels in the description so that you can go and listen and subscribe if you like to each channel. So, but Piper had been talking to Andy Bernard for, it sounds like, quite some time now. She's held on to this for a while. And I heard today that he's wanting to do a live. So that would be, I find, very interesting for him to come up on panel and allow some of us to ask him some questions. He's very aware of everything that's going on YouTube with, what people are saying about him and what Jody Sue says. He doesn't watch her. That's kind of funny, but his response was that he listened to her for 26 years. He doesn't need to hear anymore. So, that's where he stands on that. But I do hope that he will come on. But allegedly, what was the connection between Brad with Sean and Jody Sue and Andy? I mean, remember, there's been talk like, what is there a connection? Do they know each other before Summer's disappearance? Turns out they did. That he was allegedly helping them trade out vehicles when they would go on these runs. So there is something there, something to it. So now, of course, I don't know that firsthand, but I have no reason to doubt it. So, I just really can't understand Jody Sue defending Frank Light as she does. I mean, it's alleged that they used to hang out at some bar around Bristol that's now shut down. Now, I don't know if that is true, but I have to ask myself, like, why is she hanging around with RSOs? Good buddies, right? I don't know. I think it's Crystal's Crime Time. I'll if that's correct, I'll put her link in there too. She had posted something about Frank Light and the type of materials that he would watch, I guess. And both Frank Light and Randy Hass had been arrested for having violent images with children in it. I think she even had something about Frank would have images with like barbed wire. I don't know. It just beyond me. Sounds very sick indeed. But, allegedly, when Randy Hass was arrested, Jody Sue had possession of his computer. So I asked myself, like, was she hiding it for him? I mean, does she condone that kind of behavior? Because there's something wrong there. If you are going to hide a computer with child P on it for an individual, that it just blows my mind why anyone would do that, friends or not. And I don't understand being friends with people like that, especially like having children. Like as a mother, that would be the last people you would want around your children, I would think. I mean, for me. And you know, we've talked about Andy Jr. being up in the woods and stuff, and you know, he's been exposed to all of that. There's no way that he hasn't. If you go on his Facebook and you go to his likes and you click through a few of those, you'll see some disturbing content. I mean, to me, in my opinion, it's disturbing. I mean, he turns 20 at the first of next month, not the first, but it's like the first week in next month. And he's going to be 20 years old. And the content that's on there has been on there for, you know, a couple years. So like these interests that he has, it's not just something that just popped up. So, you know, and I think, well, if he's like involved in that kind of stuff, you know, really, I don't know, it just really makes you wonder, you know. And then, you know, I mentioned Jody Sue's mental health, right? Well, you know, and this is according to public records. Now, I didn't find this, but on CSI and Scott and Squall, and then we're talking about this, about how her home was dirtier than Candace Wells. And, you know, oftentimes, like if you look at like a hoarder or something like that, you know, there's an underlying mental illness there that contributes to that kind of a, you know, behavior or living right conditions. So, you know, there was, well, let me play you this little clip. Let's see, which one is it? Which one is it? I think it's, what is it? Is it this one? Let me give it a try.
That they went in to do their inspection and she got evicted because they had to like take 2 steps at a time going up the steps to not step in cat poo.
Oh my gosh.
And you know, they had to like really they were like very careful walking through the apartment for all of the feces and the condition, so they got evicted from there.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's on public record too, but I think it's the
Yes.
Kingsport Housing Authority. Yeah.
Really?
It is public record. It is public record.
Yeah.
Oh
my Lord.
Andy's name, George Bernard, is on the permanent ban list. That was in 2017.
What was his name or something?
Because of the accusation, yeah, it was in his name, and the accusations that Jody Sue made on him.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible. He didn't tell me that.
But he left, he got banned, and then it was just her. And then when it was her by herself, that's when they do inspections.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do them like yearly or something, but whenever they went in to do the inspection, it was terrible condition.
Wow.
And she has always been like that.
So yeah, so going back to like maybe hoarder conditions, um, it's she very well could be, you know. And I do want to say, um, the the day that she was evicted from Ben Hill, it was reported allegedly that two of her cats passed away that same day. Now, what does that mean? I mean, it's kind of odd for two animals to die on the same day. So, I mean, is there something deeper going on if you follow what I'm saying without me actually saying it? I mean, you know, sometimes people who have done some bad things in the future, in the future, if you go back, then there's like animal abuse and things like that. Now, I'm not accusing anyone of that. I'm just, that's just something that kind of ran through my head because it is odd. And why the day that she gets evicted? Did somebody lose their temper? It's the first thing I think, anyways. And I'm not saying that that's true. So that's just something that ran through my head, and I'm just sharing it with y'all. But um, I, I do worry about um, her daughter, especially. Now, she kicked her son out allegedly in February of this year, and he was standing at the corner store and trying to figure out how to get a bus ticket. Now, where he was going, I don't know. Maybe he's staying with his grandma now, her mother, allegedly. So maybe he was trying to get a bus ticket there. But um, someone that knew them, I guess, helped him in some way, got him some food and stuff like that. But why would she kick him out? I mean, this is supposed to be, I mean, they're not on Ben Hill anymore. They're not allowed to be around their father because of her, allegedly. Um, but I think about, I've watched some of her videos. Haven't watched very many. Just don't have the patience. But I have seen some videos where she's saying like some of the things that she always does, how, you know, Andy's so horrible. She's, had it so bad. And I'm not disputing that in any way, but for her to be going on and on like that with children in the car. She's even had her son when he was younger. I've seen videos with him in there. But hearing those kind of things, in my opinion, hearing this ranting for years, um, and her daughter's 14 now. So let's say it's been going on 4 years, 10 years old. She's ranting and raving in front of her. And these kids have been hearing this for years. And in my opinion, it's mental abuse, this verbal outpouring that she does. I mean, they're hearing it all, and that would affect a child, in my opinion. I mean, it's almost like brainwashing, you know, because she goes on and on and on in front of the kids, calling him it and monster, and speaks of all these things that no children should really be exposed to, in my opinion. I mean, even if there was domestic violence in the home, and I do think there was, I'm not defending Andy on that because I don't think anyone should put their hands on anyone, but it has come out. Andy told Piper that she knocked him out one time by kicking him in the head. So, and I said before that I felt like, just the same with Dawn and Candace. Candace can be aggressive, and I can see that in Jody Sue. how she comes out and attacks people. It does happen. I've experienced domestic violence. I have empathy for people who go through that, and it does affect you mentally. It does. But you have to keep children in their place. I mean, it's if they're living with something like that, they're already dealing with more than they should have to. And then on top of that, having to listen to your mother just berate their father and go on and on, about different subjects that, I mean, and if they were running drugs, they've been around that too. So, and I say if, but she does seem to be aggressive to me. She has threatened people. Let me play you this clip because this mercy made my skin crawl. I'm not going to lie. And I do want to say this. Now, allegedly, her and Grandis and Candace would swap pills around. And the day that she was getting her knee looked on the 15th, allegedly, Jody Sue was really ticked off that day because Grandis didn't have the good stuff, right? The good pills, the opioids or whatever. So she was pretty heated, allegedly, that day. So I don't know, and I hear that she still talks to Grandis today. Why? But this, and I feel it's important to put this out there because, she has threatened a lot of people. And let me just say this real quick before I play this little video. Now, I mentioned the two cats, right? Well, so her and Frank are such good friends. And he's got a lot of victims that he has abused out there. A lot. And they're terrified of this man. Now, there was this one woman who Jody Sue named her cat after, one of his victims, and then changed the cat's name to her son's name. Now, in my opinion, that is aggressive, almost like a threat type of thing to do. It's almost like salt in the wound. It's like making these people go through more than they've already gone through. So it makes me question her heart and her motives, because that's not normal to do. But let me play this for you.
Oh, Jody Sue just came on the panel. Oh, she's off. She subscribes to me,
But she started a new stream.
She gonna sit up all night with us?
Oh, she sent a message. You open your fucking mouth one more time about me, bitch, and you fucking get gone. You understand English, you fucking whore-ass bitch.
Apologize for the language, but that was a message that was sent to Piper during this live that she did. That's a threat. And she tries to intimidate people if they speak about her or her children or Frank Light or Randy Hass or any of the other ones that she's buddy with. That's abusive. And she's, got a reputation for being a drama queen. We heard it from Chicken on the Stick and other people in the area that she's just known for being this drama queen. And allegedly, she's not even been able to hold a job for more than, 2 months, because she creates so much drama in the work environment that they don't want her there. And you look, a part of the drama that's been surrounding Summer's case has come from her. For example, her stating that Andy told her daughter and them that he saw Summer's body. And, I don't even know if that's true. I mean, she has changed her story up so many times. It's like now I'm thinking, okay, well, we're going to have to go back and look at everything you've said and put out there. I mean, she even said at the beginning, Jackie Dobbs was absolutely no way a suspect. Now she's trying to throw that one out there. Dawn and Candace their kids were loved, and then now it's completely different. Now Andy said he never heard about Dawn and Summer being in the shower. But even if, let's just say, even if what she said, she never saw that, now that could be something she heard off of the internet and decided she was going to say the same thing. Because, I mean, Jose said he saw it. And earlier on, Allie's daughter, True, and this was early on, came out and was talking about seeing Dawn in the shower. And so I do think there's truth to it. I do, because Dawn's admitted it. I mean, he's just come straight out and admitted that he's been in the shower with those kids. So I'm not even doubting that. But what I'm trying to make a point is that the things that she has said, they really don't fit. You know what I mean? I mean, just like her saying that she was looking for Summer before Candace even knew she was gone. I mean, how would you do that? Why would you do that? I don't personally believe the scream. I just don't. And if you go over to Lip's channel, she has got a video that is some text messages between Jody Sue and Andy on the 15th. I can't explain the odd behaviors of Dawn and Candace through all of this, but Jody Sue, I mean, we've looked at everybody. It's not like we just pinpointed Dawn and Candace from the beginning. I mean, we've looked at everybody. Allie, Andrew, Jose. I mean, everybody. Frank. Everybody. So, it's time to look at Jody Sue, because she seems to have a temper to me. Now, what does that mean? How is she when she loses her temper? I don't know. And I really hope that Andy will come out and speak. And I'm not saying I'd believe everything he says either. Usually the truth is somewhere in between. I say there's truths on both sides. But I don't think that she's been this little frail, little weak person in the relationship. I just don't see it. She seems to really take control over things. I mean, she has directed all of us for a long time. Now, I've always felt like something wasn't right about her. That's just my opinion. I just don't believe everything that she has said, and 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 if you support Jody Sue, I'm not trying to change your mind on that either. I'm not trying to get anyone to think one way or the other. I'm just talking about things that kind of strike me odd, you know? I mean, she's got this paranoia, and that could be from a mental disorder or maybe drug related. And I'm not saying she does drugs or anything like that. Not accusing her of anything like that. But there's a lot of sketchy things that surround her, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. But I want to play this one clip. She's said out of her own mouth that the police have been there numerous times to talk to her and her kids, right? But they haven't gone to talk to Dawn and Candace all that much. So, like, what is it? Why did they keep going back to her and questioning her about things? Is there a reason? Is there something we don't know? I mean, because we know all the data is in off of the phones and the pings and all of that. But I'm going to play a little clip that about her, hold on. Let me just play it. It goes along with her paranoia.
And I just keep thinking, when she came to me, she was only talking about Andy and Ronnie Lawson and all of Hawkins County Sheriff's Department stalking her, harassing her, threatening her, and lying on her. So why does she feel like Andy and the entire Hawkins County Police Department and the Sheriff's Department, why does she feel like they're stalking her and following her? And it makes me think about when Scott and Penny and some of them was helping her get in a motel room, which she didn't appreciate. But she was saying that people were going by there stalking her too. I mean, why is everybody stalking Jody Sue Brown? Because I don't see that way. I mean, she puts herself out there. She was all over the internet on everyone's panel forever. And there she's got a large group of people that support her, and that's fine. But, I mean, even people who have looked at Dawn and Candace really hard over this, when new information comes out, you have to look at the whole picture. We can't be so pinpoint single-minded that we're not going to look at everything and consider everything, because I mean, for me, it's so much. It's so much. And I have flip-flopped and toyed with different ideas and just, basically just wanting to know so bad where Summer is. I mean, we all do. This has gone on for so long. Too long. But I just don't understand your close core friends being such criminal types. I mean, Dawn and Candace have had people around their kids that should have never been around them. So they're not, if they had nothing to do with Summer's disappearance,
they still have some responsibility, in my opinion. It's our job to protect our children. And we've seen the drug addiction, we've seen the boozing, we've seen the fighting, and it just seems like, in the same with Jody Sue, that it just seems like that's just normal behavior, right? Well, that's not normal behavior. And this little girl is gone somewhere. She's been taken somewhere. Someone knows. I think multiple people know. I really do hope that Andy will speak out again. There, I don't know. If he comes on, that would be great. I would definitely listen to what he had to say. Anyway, so our little boy with the suitcase is resting peacefully in the arms of the Lord, but we don't know who he is. I hope we find out that. Glad the Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing is over. But just to go back, like if people are experiencing mental health issues, I mean, we have to be compassionate to them and not create and make it worse. I know, like, let's say Ernie Shell is really having some mental issues that, that we don't add to it and create a bigger problem for him. And maybe he needs to take a break from YouTube as well. I think we all have to every now and again. But, well, listen, I will talk to you later. I appreciate each and every one of you. I apologize for yesterday. I had something kind of big going on in my life and had to take care of it. And, but I will talk to y'all later. Have a good night.